Yeah. So any resistance that you're experiencing is going to be experienced as a tightness or a heaviness or a blockedness. So that's not really a specific form. There's some things that people do, like number one, they try to figure out when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. They need to try to figure it out, and that creates resistance in the form of uncertainty. Number two, which is probably the most popular one, is they keep focusing on looking out in the window and the car's not in the driveway. And then the next day, look out the window, the car's not in the driveway. And they keep seeing no evidence of what they want is not coming. So they begin to become discouraged because they don't really understand fully the laws of the universe. So they don't have any faith or certainty that it's coming. It's just a matter of me feeling better to let it to arrive. So they don't get that there's a connection there between that. So they keep looking in their physical environment and not seeing what they want. So they become disappointed and discouraged. Now, as time goes by, that disappointment and discouragement gets bigger, and it creates more resistance, which pushes away what it is that they're looking for. One of the other ones that's a little bit slick or a little bit different is they start to explain away or justify why the thing that they want isn't here, and they make its ability to show up impossible. They feel an obligation or a need to explain to people why what they've been asking for isn't there, why it's not here. And so a lot of times I tell people, as you're learning this, don't go out and tell a bunch of people who are skeptical and cynical that are trying to find a problem or something wrong with what you're doing. Don't go out and tell them that you're getting ready to manifest a new car or a new lover or a new job or a pocket full of cash. Don't tell them that, because they're going to keep looking at you with this cynical kind of skeptical kind of viewpoint of like, so where's your car? Where's your money? Where's your, they're not really, they're not really an ally in what you're doing. So if you're still watching this video and you've heard some things that might have resonated with you and you think there might be something possible for you, click down below, get in touch with me. Let's have a conversation. And you're going to know immediately whether or not this is a match. And whatever ends up happening is absolutely perfect. But I sure would love to connect with you and just have a conversation. Ifs, which are just thoughts that you think over and over, and you think about them so much that they're no longer thoughts to you. They're the way things are. They're just a little bit more cemented thoughts, and a little more ones that you would argue for and you think are the truth, okay? As you begin to have these negative beliefs about yourself and your life, I have found and seen the proof of this, and have heard from some really, really great, an incredibly great teacher, that it's connected in one of four ways. And it's really powerful to see this. Is the most powerful one where the negative belief comes in is that I'm not worthy. And if you have a negative belief about yourself, about not being worthy, it's going to, over time, that's going to show up. That disease of you saying to yourself that you're not worthy is going to show up in the body. And that lack of ease, or that disease, right? They call it a disease. It's going to show up in the body. And the reason it's going to show up in the body is because it's not true. And the reason you can tell that it's not true is because it doesn't feel good. And they're like, well, how does that prove that it's not true, that it doesn't feel good? Well, you've got a part of you, which is unconditional love, that holds the position of unconditional love. And so when you have to have a contrast in order to experience the negative emotion. And the contrast is really simply this, and you can see this because you can test it. You have a part of you that loves you unconditionally. And when you start saying to yourself that I'm not worthy, the bigger part of you does not agree with that. And that's what the source is of the contention or the dissension or the bumpiness of the negative emotion. And that not addressed over time, continually talking about your unworthiness or your unlovability or your powerlessness or your fear of living in a dangerous universe, that over time, if it's not addressed, it turns into irritable bowel syndrome. It turns into myocardial infarction. There's a whole list of these things, diabetes, like all of these things, where when these negative beliefs and these negative experiences, their negative emotions aren't addressed, over time, they begin to manifest in the body. And when you have somebody that has one of these things that have manifested in their body, and they go to give you an explanation for how it came about, the cause of it, and their cause is, it's from something in my outside circumstance, physical environment world, they don't get it. and it's not going to make a change, no matter how many pills they take, no matter how many pieces of their body they cut out or how many organs they cut out. It's not the source of it. The source of it is the negative thoughts and the negative feelings about oneself or other people. And you can tell, because the moment you start to let go of those negative thoughts about yourself and other people, number one is you begin to feel better. And then what happens is, as you begin to feel better more often, you start to notice that these manifestations in your physical body begin to become smaller, smaller, and smaller, and they disappear. So you're not getting rid of anything in this universe. This universe is only an allowing universe. When you ask for something, the universe conspires to bring it to you. When you say, I don't want something, the universe conspires to bring you that which you said you don't want. It can be a little bit tricky, like a finger trying to touch itself, but you have to understand that there isn't any no. There's no negation here in this universe. It's only yes, it's only yes, it's only yes. So if you say, I don't want that thing, the universe says, bring him more of that thing he does not want. And if you say, I want that thing, the universe says, yes, bring him more of that thing that he said he wants. And it can be a little bit tricky, but it becomes very evident to you when you notice what that's creating or how things are showing up in your world of manifestation.